He's naughty, he's slaughty, he's got cannons on his body, and he's gonna blow you up! Yeah! What? This is fun for me.
Hey, what's up YouTube land? EmGo here, the freaking geek himself, and today we will be reviewing the Warbotron Fierce Attack! So here we are, and there he is, and first and foremost, as always, we'll take a quick look at the packaging. So it is your typical Warbotron. It is way too early for my tongue to stop working. Here is the typical Warbotron packaging that we've all come to know and love. On the side of the box you get nothing except the rest of the alt mode picture. On this side of the box it just says Warbotron. On the back of the box you have the rest of the big picture there of Warbotron, and we'll show that all off in a little bit. Let me move him over. And of course this is just a sleeve that you remove and throw away forever. And the inner packaging, there you have the tray that the figure sits in. And on this side you have a nice piece of artwork there of Fierce Attack. On this side you get the moon. On the other side you get a little picture there of Fierce Attack. Fierce Attack, number W, burger, staff Sergeant, Action Team, Martial Master, the RM'd forces of the Warbotron. They still didn't fix that. On the back of the box, you have little schematic-y stuff of the robot mode and the alt mode. And that is basically it for the packaging. Now, you do get a lot of goodies in this package. Well, maybe not goodies. They're not all goodies, but you get some goodies. Of course, you get the obligatory third-party collector's card. You have Fierce Attack with the artwork on the back. All that stuff we already read. You know, Fierce Attack, number W, RM, the forces, staff Sergeant, Martial Master, his skills, strength, intelligence, and yay, useless stuff. And you also get the comic book. This is the full comic book, because if you remember, only the first two figures came with comic books and the last two did not. This has all 5 comics in it. And of course, just to recap, this is the story of Megan, the archaeologist. And yeah, you know, we had very exciting stuff going on, like, you know, how long we'd been slept. And, you know, we were left with a big cliffhanger. I mean, we had unanswered questions for so long. You know, not only what species are they and where is Megan, but why they are here. What will their plan? We never found out what will their plan, but luckily this comic finally answers what will their plan. And thankfully the rest of the comic is written well. They actually got somebody who can write English. Yay. So the rest of the comic actually makes sense. And they switch artists quite a few times throughout this comic too, because the art style changes drastically. They made Megan a little sexier there. Hey girl, what's up? Joe Warbotron self. But yeah, it's an interesting read. Ultimately, all this is pretty pointless. So you have a little gray mock-up of the whole combined mode, and right here on the back they printed the entire Warbotron picture that you get when you put all 5 boxes together, which is a very nice piece of artwork. Very, very cool. And I will probably cut out the backs of those sleeves and tape them together and hang them up on my wall. Warbots Risers! I don't think that's correct grammar either, you know. Neither is, you know, we wait for a long time, no hidden anymore. I don't know. But yes, there is a big comic book of uselessness, which is part of my grievance with this set, but I will get into that a little bit later. Other goodies that you do get the combined mode feet, which also double as little tank drones. You can see they have molded in treads. They don't roll or anything, but they molded in treads. Little tank drones here. And these cannons can move up and down. They actually can go all the way back. You have to they move independently of each other, so you can take them and just kind of flex them around that peg right there, so they can aim back. So they have full range of movements right there. I'll get into articulation for everything once we actually review the combined mode. Right now I'm just giving you a brief overview of what comes in the package. So you get 2 of these. obviously, because he needs 2 feet. Duh. He also comes with the 2 combined mode hands, which are very nice. I like that all the fingers are different sizes. They're actually like a real hand instead of all just the same size. But very nice silver tone to them. A little bit of purple here. But yeah, very nice. Actually, very nicely sculpted hands. Very cool. So you get hands because Bruticus needs him some hands. You also get the combined mode chest plate right here, which does play a part in the vehicle mode at least. So we have that, and all this is a lot of hinges here. You have hinges here, you have hinges here, hinge on this piece as well. You can kind of orient it however you wish. You can, fold it all up if you want. But yeah, so we'll get into a little more of that in a bit. You also get a whole new torso for Airburst. This torso has a nice ratcheting combiner peg, whereas the original was just friction. And you also get ratcheted hips, whereas the originals were just friction. One thing that I think makes me happier than all that is a little bit of remolding they did. They actually now molded in these little tabs here on these panels for the landing gear, so you can actually pull them out easily, whereas the original did not have those little tabs, and getting these landing gears out was such a pain in the butt I wanted to rip my face off at times. So, yay! I think this makes me happier than anything else about this set. So, you get that. Also included is some extra screws and some extra little ratcheting bits that I don't know if I'll ever need them, but if I do, I have them. So, you get that included in the package as well. You also get these aren't rubber, I think these are like a felt material. They're self-adhesive strips, and basically these will fit right into this little square gap right there, and this is just to give the combined mode some more grip on his feet. So that's nice. It's basically what like what came with Prometheus. So very nice that they included that. Again, they're self-adhesive. You just peel off the back and just whoop, stick it right there, and it'll give him some more grip on his feet. So nice that they included that. And you also get these little bits right here, which I will explain. Actually, no, I'll explain this now. I was going to say I'll explain a little bit, but since I already showed off the feet, what these are, I had to watch other people's reviews to find out what these were, because as usual, Warbotron likes to throw stuff in the box and not tell you what to do with them. What these are these are replacement ratchets for the ankle joint. There is an ankle tilt here, and it's a very stiff ankle tilt, and it's actually kind of scary, and apparently they are prone to breaking, and I know that because one of mine already broke. You can see right there, if it'll focus. Yeah, that already snapped. So it's a good thing I had those replacements, because I already had to replace one. So yeah. So basically it's this piece right in here. You can kind of see the color kind of peeking through. That just sits. That's the one I replaced. So you see that just sits right in there, and this just sticks up, and that's the little tooth that goes along that ratchet. I mean, they're easy enough to swap out. You just undo the screws, just 3 screws. You just separate the foot, and that piece itself is held on with the screw, so you just unscrew that, pop the new one on, screw it back on, screw everything back together. It's easy enough. One thing I will recommend, I already did it with this one, because this other side, I don't know if you'll be able to see it, but there's already, you can kind of see the white right there. That's already stressing. That's going to break. I already know that's going to break. And I'm not even trying to move this too much, and I can see that white mark, that white line just getting brighter and brighter. Like that's going to snap. So I already know I'm going to be using this replacement on this foot. One thing I will recommend, take these pieces, take a sharp knife, this is what I use, and just shave this down. Just shave it down a tad, screw it on, try it, see if it's, to your liking. It seems like this is just a little too big, and that's why it snaps, because it's too big. So just when you get this and you want to replace those, just take a sharp knife and just shave these down a bit and try it out. You want it to be able to still ratchet, but you don't want it to be scary tight like that, because again, it will just snap. So that's definitely one thing to be aware of when you get this set. So there you have that. So you get those two. And what else do we get? We also get these little missiles here. You get a set of 3, you get a set of 2. They just peg onto each other. These will peg into the vehicle mode, and we'll get into that in a bit. You also get the big double-barreled cannon, the signature double-barreled cannon for Onslaught. Right there, and they're very nice. Very cool looking. You get some silver, you get these little wing bits here, which are on a hinge. You can angle them however you wish. Have them in, have them out, have them in an angle. However you want. You got little thrusters on the back. A little bit of yellow there, a little bit of purple on it to break things up. So, he comes with that also. And now that we're done with all the goodies, we will bring in Fierce Attack himself, who is the not Onslaught, the not Slaught of this set, the leader of the Combaticons. Very cool figure, very nice mold. It does have its issues. This figure is definitely a case of your mileage may vary. Some issues that people have had, I haven't had with mine. But still, he looks very cool. You can see right here, got some nice silver here on the grill, on the headlights, on these bits right here. Even the windshield wipers are painted in. Very nice. The wheels, the rims are painted silver. And nice molding throughout. Riveting action going on here. These side-viewed mirrors, which are on hinges, even are nicely molded. But overall, lots of good stuff going on here. You got the flatbed here. There's a little piece back here that you can fold down to make a ramp. But yeah, looks very, very cool. It all rolls very well. The only wheels that don't catch actually are these front ones right here. These don't catch, but the rest of them do. So, but still, rolls very nice, very smoothly. And yeah, very, very cool. Now for comparison, we'll bring in Combiner Wars Voyager Prime, just so you can get a sense of how he scales. And it actually scales pretty well. So, there you have him with Combiner Wars Prime. Here he is with Leader Magnus! So you can see how he scales. Right there with Magnus. So, yeah. Obviously, Magnus's cab is way, way smaller. Just kind of see lengthwise here how that works. Oops. Hey, Magnus. Is that little dude in your chest still drunk? What's the matter with you? There you have him. Just lengthwise with Magnus. And, of course, G1 Onslaught because he's precious. Oh, so precious. So there you have that. There you got him with G1 Onslaught. Yay. Oh. He's squeaky too. They have something in common. We'll get into that a little bit later. But anyway, some of the goodies that come in the box you can plug onto Onslaught in his vehicle mode. These little sets of missiles can plug into these ports right here on the sides. Let's take them, plug them on to that side, take this, plug it on the other side, and there you go. So now he has those on there, like that. The chest shield for the combined mode, you can plug on there also. There's this peg right here that you can flip down. It has a port in it, and that will plug into this peg right there. And you can just peg that on. It's not a super solid connection, it's more a suggestion than anything. It just kind of rests there. But there's your storage for that. The big double-barreled cannons. You just flip down these two pegs right here, and these will plug into these two ports right there. So you just take that, line it up, and push that down. And again, I just move that. There you go. So there you go. There you got him all armed up right there. Now, of course, the flatbed, you can take Heavy Noisy. You can, pull Heavy Noisy along. Kind of gets in the way of stuff, but there you go. You can tow Heavy Noisy, or if you kind of flip this back, keep it level. You can take airburst. You can tow airburst. You can kind of, sort of tow whirlwind. Yeah, you can. Although he's not the most balanced helicopter in the world. Swindle is actually a little too wide for the flatbed here. He doesn't fit well. He's a little too wide for that flatbed. So you have that. You can tow prime. Why not? Dare I say why not? So there you go. As you can see, this is already coming undone because again, it's more of a suggestion than a really solid connection. So there you go. But he does look cool. He looks very, very cool. I dig it. I dig it very much. So we will get down to showing off some other features here. Because there are other features. I had to look them all up online. But again, part of my grievance with the set. But there are other things that you can do. We're going to unplug this cannon because we're going to need that. And we're going to put him off to the side for now. And we're going to bring in the feet. We're going to bring in the feet. We're going to use this. And we're also going to use, oh, the one thing I forgot to show off. Here is the combined mode rifle. Which apparently is supposed to serve other purposes, but really doesn't. Because you don't really know what to do with it and how it's supposed to work. But there is a level of transformation to it. But again, I don't know what purpose it's supposed to serve. This handle right here is the handle that the combined mode will hold on to. You can unplug this. This has this little peg. There's also a peg here that you can flip down. Again, all of these pegs are a little too short for Onslaught himself to hold in robot mode. Maybe the other robots can hold it. I haven't tried, but yeah, this is, again, another kind of grievance of mine. But anyway, here's the combined mode gun. It does look very, very cool. This piece can flip back. If we fold this down, you can flip this back and it makes a smaller gun. But again, this is on a hinge, so you can flip this up, but then this gets in the way of this, and then if you have this flip down, then this gets in the way, so then it makes holding on to this handle a little more tedious, and it seems like it's supposed to be multifunctional, but it's really not. I don't know what they were thinking with this. It does serve one practical purpose outside of being the combined mode rifle, and basically what we're going to do now is we're going to make a launch platform for airburst. So how are you going to do that? You're going to take these guns, you're going to take them and flip them to the back, like that. Flip this back, flip this back. You want to take the toes here and you want to flip them up and flip that up. And you'll see that there are tabs and slots here, so they will interlock. But before we do that, you want to take the rifle. You want to take this brown piece, you want to flip this forward and leave that back. And this will peg in right there with this post. Just take it, just push that in. And again, this is not so much of a dead solid connection, more of just a suggestion. But after you do that, then you just tab all this together. And this really doesn't tab into the other side too well. At least the gun doesn't. Because again, that post needs to be longer. But once you have that done, it's holding together by some miracle. You want to take the double-barreled cannons here, and they do split in half. You want to flip these pegs up. And what you're going to do with these is this little post right here. This post right here will plug in right here, and this post right here will plug in to that port right here. I'll plug into either side on this outside post. Port. So take that, plug it in, try to plug in the back, and pray that it all doesn't fall apart while you're doing it. Hey! Let's try that again. Come on. Come on. You can do it. You can do it. I believe in you. Come on. Yay! Again, nothing about this is really dead solid in any way. But once you do that, there you basically have your launch platform. So now you can take airbursts, and you'll see that there are actually ports back here on his thrusters. And there are pegs right here. I don't want it to fall apart. There are pegs right there that will plug into his thrusters. So you just line all this up, plug him in. That's probably the only dead solid connection on this whole entire setup. And there you have the launch platform for Airburst. It looks cool, but it is in no way stable. I mean, this thing basically just, it does not take much. You just knock it all apart. Again, you know, these connections are more suggestions than anything else. It's not really a dead solid locking point. Unfortunate, very unfortunate, but yeah. So apparently you can do that. You wouldn't have known that because there's nothing about it in the instructions. I had to look that up online. But let's plug this back together. Put this off to the side for now. One thing you could also do with the feet, there's an extra little function here. We'll remove that because it keeps popping off anyway. This whole rear section here with the flatbed does disconnect. It just plugs in to the back right here via these two ports. Right here, see those two pegs. You can't take this, just flip it down, and you'll see it'll plug into that bottom piece right there. And the feet do have those same kind of connectors on the back, so you can take this and just plug it in there and basically have one of these little tank drones maybe tow another tank drone. So you can do that. That's a thing you can do, or have them tow one of the other Combaticons. Hey, why not? Dare I say why not? It's a thing you can do. That's all I'm saying is it's a thing you can do. I think that's the only dead solid connection in this whole set. But there you go. So we will take this flatbed section and put this off to the side for now, because we're not going to need it just yet. Let's just concentrate on Fierce Attack himself. So here is just the cab section, all by its lonesome. So now we will get down to transformation. So we'll go into combine mode and then we'll go into robot mode as usual. So first thing you want to do is you just want to come back here and undo that panel. See, that panel actually just connects into itself. Just take that, flip that down to cover that up. That'll peg in right there. These little panels right here do have a tendency of popping off. They're just frictioned. It's just a friction connection. If you don't want these things to just fly off, the easiest way to do that is just keep your finger on the actual hinge part while you're untabbing it, and they'll stay on. So bring that down, and they'll just tab in right there, just like that. Flip in these side view mirrors. You want to take these side panels here, bring them up and bring them down on this hinge right here. People have reported stress marks on these hinges. I haven't had any on mine. Mine's are fine. So again, it's a case of your mileage may vary. So bring that up, fold it down, bring that up, fold that down. You want to take these side panels here, just untab them. So just tab in right there. Just bring them out and out of the way for now. And once you've done that, you're going to, well, I'm going to raise the camera so you can see what I'm doing. You're going to take this whole front section here and split it like that. You just want to angle this outwards so you can clear that, clear this front section here and just bring it down. Angle it out, bring it down. You want to take this panel right here, lift it up, and you're going to take this whole assembly here and just pass it through like that. And these two pegs will plug into those ports right there and lock that in place. Once you've done that, you're going to take the shoulders and rotate them so the grill's facing forward. Yes. Squeaky, squeaky goodness. Rotate that one. Oh, that one's even worse. I don't know if I'll ever get used to that. Once you've done that, you're going to come back here. So these little arms right here. These are going to come up into these notches right here, and that will lock those shoulders in place. So you bring that up, snap that into place. The same thing over here. Bring that up, snap that into place. So that locks all that very securely. Once you've done that, you're going to come back here, open up this little box right here to reveal the combined mode head. Just take that, flip it all up, take this panel, flip it in, flip that in, and then these two panels will meet in the middle and interlock, just like that. So once you've done that, you're going to rotate here at the waist. And then you're going to, well, you can take these little missile racks here. Just angle them forward. Or you can leave them down. Actually, you can leave them down, point them forward, wherever you want, actually. I think you're supposed to leave them pointed down. But you're going to take the robot mode hips and you're going to bring them all the way back. Like that. And then you're going to take the wheels. The wheels here, you want to unpeg them. You can see there are just two posts right there that just plug into two ports on the side of the wheels. The wheels are on double hinges. You just want to take them and bring them down. And that gets them out of the way. Bring that one down. Bring that one down. And bring that one down. That one, for some reason, is the hardest one. So once you've done that, you're going to untab this whole waist section here. And these posts right here will plug into these ports right there. Now you can see these ports, these posts are a little too big, and you can tell because there are some little stress marks on those ports. Not the end of the world, but it is a thing. So just bring that up, plug that in, and there you have that. You can just take these and bring them down. Again, if you want to rotate the missiles forward, you can totally do that. Totally up to you. And these bits right here just sit along the back. Right here on the head, you just want to take this little head crest here. Just raise that up. Take these little antenna and just extend them up. They haven't figured out how to do stoppers yet, so you'll always accidentally pull them out completely. Yep, there we go. So there you have that. So next thing you're going to do is you're going to come here, you're going to flip up this little panel right here, and then flip this up, then come here and flip out the combiner port, which is on a nice ratchet. So you're going to take this panel, flip it all the way in, close this up, and there you have that done. Second verse, same as the first, flip that up, open that up. Some people have reported that these panels are like stupid loose. Again, mine's are fine. They're nice and tight and snug. They haven't fallen out once. So, again, your mileage may vary. So just come here, flip out the port, flip that in all the way, close that up. There you go. So now we're basically done with this portion. So now you're probably wondering, where's the rest of him? Shouldn't there be more? Yes, there is more. Because the rest of him is the whole flatbed section. So what you're going to do here is you're going to close this back up again. Just plug that in. This is a very tight connection. Right there. You're going to come back here. You're going to flip this panel up. You're going to flip out these side panels right here, which will make the crotch plate. You want to untab all this right here. And you see right here, there is a post, there is a port, so basically you're just going to bring these up. They will meet in the middle and peg into each other. Bring the hips down. Then you're going to take this panel here, and these two posts will plug into the ports right there and lock that in place. So once you've done that, you can take these panels right here, just open them up like that. Take these panels and bring them all the way down like that. So flip this up, these tabs, tab in right there, lock that in place, bring that down, there you go. Second verse, same as the first, bring that up, bring that down, and there you have the waist and lower portion there of Warbotron. So now you're just going to take these two big tabs and they will tab in right there and lock into place quite securely. Takes a little bit of muscle. There you go. So once you've done that, you're almost done. Last but not least, you're going to take, well actually not last but not least, but you're going to take the chest plate here, just open it up, flip this out, like that, and flip this out, and this will plug in right there. Just plug that in right there. Now theoretically, I need to raise the camera up a little bit because things are getting tall. Now theoretically, these two tabs are supposed to plug into these two slots right here. Unfortunately, they do not. These tabs seem like they are just a hair too small for those slots, and they just seem to pop right back out. It's not a secure connection at all. Now this connection is secure enough that it holds the chest plate in place. I mean, it doesn't fall out or anything, but it is unfortunate that those tabs just don't quite work. Maybe if I just dip them in floor polish, that might thicken them up enough so they'll actually have some friction in those connections. But yeah, I mean, it still holds on just fine regardless of that, but that is unfortunate. So we're almost done. Last thing we need to do is take the big double-barreled cannon here. You want to take the barrels and extend them. See, it reveals hinges when you do that. This one's a little tighter. Now these, when I got these out of the box, these were like stupid tight, and I cannot pull these out for anything. If yours are like that when you get them, just take a screwdriver and just loosen up these screws right here, just like a turn, maybe even half a turn. And that'll loosen it up enough to where this will be a lot easier to work with. So another thing to make note of. So right here you have these two posts right here that'll plug into these two ports right there. There you go. Plug it in. And there you go. There you have the torso of Warbotron. Well, I guess his name isn't Warbotron. His name is what? WB01, which doesn't sound as cool as Warbotron. I always thought his name was Warbotron, but that's the company name. But anyway, here is the full Nut Bruticus torso. It looks very, very cool. So again, you got your ports here, you got your combiner posts right here. Again, we'll get into articulation when we review the entire combine mode in the next video. But yeah, very nice. The cannons are on hinges, so if you want to take them and angle them forward. You should call this Squeakatron, really. But you know, you can angle those cannons forward if you wish. So there you go. It looks really cool though. Looks very, very cool. Getting closer on the head sculpt. It's a very cool looking head sculpt too. I really like that. That's very, very nice. So yeah, there you go. There's the combined mode torso ready to go. So now we will get down to robot mode. So we will remove this, put that off to the side. We're not going to need that anymore. Remove this. Just, yeah, push these back in, because we will need this later. Get in there. There we go. Take this, put that off to the side for now, and we will remove this, rip them in half, and put this off to the side, because we're not going to need that anymore either. So all we're going to need now is just this section right here. And I can lower my camera back down. There we go. So now, to get the robot mode, you're just going to untab that whole backpack here. Just bring that up. Connect it. Bring these out and out of the way. Bring the legs down. Split the legs. Extend them until they lock. The legs will come undone. Now you want to take the double missile here and remove that and put that off to the side for now. Leave the triple missile on and just take that and rotate that so it's now facing forward. You also want to take all the wheels and just peg them back in where they were. Again, it's just two posts right there. Just plug right in. So just take all the wheels and put them back in their original position. Right there. And right there. And once you've done that, you can take this panel and bring it all the way down. Remove that. Just rotate that forward, bring that down. There you go. Lift up this panel, flip down the foot, close that back up, come back here, flip down the heel spur, which ends up giving him a whole foot, which is a nice little design. Open that up, flip down the foot. This one's a little tighter. Flip down the heel, and there you basically got the legs all done. Now these little double missiles, you can see they have a post right here that's on a hinge. You're going to take these and you're going to plug them into the sides of his waist and give him little missile skirts. Why not? Why can't he have missile skirts? So, there you go. Once you're done with that, I'm going to raise the camera back up. Why's he got to get so tall, man? Why? Why? So you're going to take the arms, and oh, before you do that, you want to take these little locking points and undo those. Bring them back down. Like that. Now you can move the arms. So now you can take the arms, squeak them all the way down, Rotate the arm. Yeah, more squeaking. You want to rotate the arm so this gap is facing backwards. So rotate that like that. You want to come here to this little green panel. You want to take this and push this all the way back. You want to open that up, flip out the hand, close that back up, rotate, and there you go. One thing I forgot to do is flip this combiner port back in. I always forget to do that. Open that up, flip that back in with that, open that back up, close it up, close it up. Second verse, same as the first. Open that up, put that back in, open that up, close, close. Squeak that back down, bring down the arm, rotate, oops, again rotate it so that gap is facing back. Open that up, flip out the hand, close it back up, rotate the wrist, take this little green panel here, flip that back, and there you go. And you can totally leave him with a Bruticus head if you want. Why not? Dare I say why not? That actually does look kind of cool. But what you're really supposed to do with this was to open this panel back up, bring these panels back out, flip his little antenna back down, take the head crest, bring that back down. You got to take the face plates and bring this up. You can see that reveals Onslaught's head. You bring this all back, close that all up. That sits back here and it ends up sitting in this little box right here. And you just had those little teeth interlock. And there you have that. And I think we're done. I always end up forgetting something, but I think we're done. I think we're done. So yeah, there we go. There we have Onslaught in his robot mode, his base robot mode. And it's a very cool design. Now one thing I do like to do as far as the shoulders go. Now these wheels can untab and they are on ball joints. This is to facilitate the outward movement of the arms so they get out of the way. One thing I like to do with this, these little panels right here are on a hinge. I like to flip this up and just take these wheels and boom, and just put them right on the top of his shoulders. Because to me anyway, I think it just makes things look a little more dynamic, and now you don't have to deal with them in any way whatsoever when you want to pose them. So that's just what I like to do with them. So there you have that. So yeah, he looks cool though. Head sculpt, the head sculpt is very, very nice. Has some really nice light piping that works very well. Glows a nice bright red. It's a very cool design overall. I mean, it's a clean transformation, and I think it works. I think it works very well. I know some people have... There are people who complain about the shoulders, and the one word I've heard used a lot is that the shoulders seem unfinished. I don't really understand what that means. I don't get it, because this guy, he basically has the same upper body transformation as this mold. So, you know, at least he can move his arm outward. He can't, so I don't know. If you're calling this unfinished, then I hope you said it about him, because otherwise it doesn't really make sense. But, you know, the shoulders are fine to me. People have complained about these panels right here. I mean, they don't bother me. I mean, they blend into the shoulders, so that is not an issue to me. As far as I'm concerned, I mean, it works. I mean, it looks good. I mean, you know, like I said, this is, you know, yeah, look. I mean, it's the same thing. So, I don't know. I don't know. That's just something I've noticed just watching other people's reviews. But, you know, as far as I'm concerned, he's still a very, very nice figure. Articulation-wise, his head, it is on a ball joint, but there's not a whole lot of wiggly-waggly room. You can look up a little bit, especially if you use that transformation panel, you can look up. But, you know, obviously rotation, not a lot of wiggle-waggle room. You can do a full 360 at the shoulder, but that's just annoying. Wow, that's loud. Very, very squeaky. Very squeaky. The arms can move outward. You do get a very squeaky bicep swivel. It's going to haunt my dreams for the next, like, 3 weeks. He does have a double jointed elbow, although it only gives you slightly more than 90 degrees of movement. You do get a wrist swivel. The fingers do open and close. He does have a waist swivel. Legs can go forward and go back on a ratchet and go only out that much. You get a thigh swivel. You get nice ratcheting knee joint with about 90 degrees of movement. The feet can pivot up and down, and luckily the heel can go with it. So you can angle this however you want. You also get a tilt not only at the front of the foot, but you also get a tilt at the heel as well. So he does have full foot tiltage. Try saying that 5 times fast. Full tilt, full. See, I can't even say it once. That's how well my tongue works. So there you have that. Now you can bring in his double-barreled cannon here. You can split these. You can, in theory, flip these out. There is a little notch here, but you can't get that out for anything. You do need a tool of some kind to get that out. So you can flip these out, and he can theoretically hold these as handheld weapons. He doesn't hold them well though, because the peg really needed to be longer. It's, again, more of a suggestion than a solid connection. He can hold them, but it's not great. He's barely holding on to that post. He's holding on to, like, pretty much just the tip of it. He can hold them, but it's not really all that great. There are ports here on his forearms, but they serve no purpose whatsoever because all of these posts are too small. That post is too small. This post is too small. These posts right here do not work either. So, again, it's a case of they thought it was a good idea, but it wasn't really a well thought out idea. So, but really what you're supposed to do with this, slip these back up, plug these back together. Really where these are supposed to go are on his back, because that's where Onslaught has his cannons, on his back. Now if you see here, there are tabs right here that will go into slots. These slots right here. Now in other people's reviews, I have seen people get legit frustrated trying to plug this thing onto his back, because you have to take into account that this is on a hinge and this is on a hinge, and when you start moving things around, and things can get discombobulated and come apart, and it can get very, very frustrating. There is an easy way to do this. Now, of course, since the camera is on, it will probably not work because that's my life, but we'll see. The easiest way to do this is to take the guns apart and just plug this on 1/2 at a time. So take this half. And for robot mode, I actually like to take these little wings and flip them in. But anyway, come here, line that up, start from the bottom, plug that one on, and boom, there, it's on. Then come to the other side, plug that on, and again, it's because the camera's on. Because the camera's on, it's not going to work now. Watch. There you go. How many people are rooting for me for this to work right now? How many people are rooting for me for this not to work right now? For the people that are rooting for me for it not to work, you're probably right. So there we go. Get that side plugged on. And once you have both sides plugged on, then you can take both halves here and plug them together. Again, theoretically, because the camera's on, it's not going to work. Let me lay him down. Come on. There we go. Yay! It worked! Woo! So there you go. There you have... There you have the easier way to do that. And granted, I fully understand that it sucks when you need a trick to make things work. I understand that, but sometimes that's just the case. Sometimes you do need a little trick, a little finesse to get things to work properly. Unfortunate, but hey, as long as you can get it to work, I guess. But there you go. There you have Onslaught the way he should be, fully slotted. What? I don't know. But anyway. There you go. Now for comparison. Here he is with Voyager Prime. So you can see how he handles the Voyagers. Here he is with Leader Magnus. Well, who still doesn't like to stand? There you go. There's Leader Magnus. You can sit on the floor, Magnus. Here he is with Megatron. Let's see how he scales in Megatron. And we'll bring in his buddies here, try to get a group shot. Right there. There. Right there. And right there. And there you go. That's a good looking team. Very cool team. I dig it. I dig it very much. Excuse me for rushing a little bit because my memory card's about to run out. This is a very long video. I'm so sorry about that. Here he is with G1 Onslaught because he's precious. Oh, so precious. Oh. I like G1 Onslaught. He's actually one of my favorite G1 toys. But yeah, as far as Fierce Attack himself goes, he's a good figure. Some of the QC issues that people have reported, I haven't really suffered from too much. You know, like I said, it does suck when you have to use little tricks and whatnot to make things work, but you know, as long as it works in some way. Some of the stuff is not dead solid, unfortunately. Like the flight mode, you know, that launch pad thing is, it's crap. But the figure overall is good. I like him. The one main grievance that I have about this set, and really about Warbotron, is the fact that they like to throw stuff in the box and not tell you what to do with it. There is a severe lack of proper instructions. Like literally the instructions tell you nothing outside of the robot itself. Everything else in the box, they're just like, figure it out on your own. Like these little bits, again, I had to watch somebody else's video. The flight mode, I had to look up, you know, I had to do a Google search to find out how to do that flight mode. I didn't know how to do anything else outside of the robot mode. But yet, you can waste money on these stupid cards and stupid comic books that will do nothing but sit in a drawer for the rest of my life, instead of using that money to print out proper instructions to tell me how to use your product. I should not have to go through Google to find out how to use your product. Proper instructions. I cannot stress that enough. Proper instructions. Even if it seems like it's common sense, I don't care. Proper instructions is all I'm asking for. If you're sending me replacement parts, tell me what that's for. I would not have known what this is for anything. For anything. Unless I watched other people's videos and did a Google search. Tell me what this stuff is for and what to do with it, and I will be a lot happier with you. That's all I'm asking for. It's just proper instructions. But as far as the figure itself goes, he is cool. In the next video, we'll take a look at the full combine mode and get this all wrapped up. But that's pretty much it. So don't forget to check out EmGo's, check out Lori Plan, follow me on Twitter, all that good stuff down in the description below. And I think that's pretty much all there's to say. And, of course, if you would like any of these Warbotron figures, you can always check out BigBadToyStore.com for availability. Again, there will be a link in the description down below. And that is basically it. So there is the Warbotron Fierce Attack, and this is EmGo saying, remember, you don't stop playing because you grow old because you stop playing. Be geek, be proud, palm in your face. Excuse me, Onslaught? Onslaught? Hello? Onslaught! Oh yeah, Onslaught? He don't hear too good anymore. What? Why not? I don't know. I can't really put my finger on it, but it was around the time he recruited Brawl. That's a weird coincidence, isn't it, Mr. Wave? Ah! I think I'm starting to figure it out.